Australia v All Blacks. Joe Schmidt ignores pleas to include overseas-based stars as Wallabies get timely double boost. Joe Schmidt has named his 36-player squad for the upcoming tests against New Zealand as part of the Rugby Championship and Bledisloe Cup. But guess what, he's sticking to his guns by not including overseas-based stars despite the noise from critics. The Wallabies are gearing up for 2 intense matches against the mighty All Blacks, and Schmidt has a clear strategies keeping his squad consistent. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Australia is entering these tests after a real roller coaster. First, they pulled off a narrow win against Argentina, 20-19, only to be demolished the following week in a 67-27 defeat. But now, things are looking up for the Wallabies with 2 key players back in action: Fraser McReight and Hunter Paisami, both returning from injury just in time for the showdown. While Paisami might still be a little uncertain for the first game, he's expected to make it for the second test in Wellington. McReight, in particular, is a name to watch. He had a fantastic run earlier this year before a hand fracture benched him. With his return, there's a lot of buzz around how Australia might try to turn things around against the relentless All Blacks. Joe Schmidt has also kept flanker Liam Wright off the list as he's still recovering from a shoulder injury, and they're missing a few other notable names like Kurtley Beale and David Parecki due to injuries. But despite those challenges, Schmidt is standing firm on not reaching out to players based overseas. The only exception, Marika Koroibete. This decision has caused quite a stir, especially with ex-Wallabies calling for Schmidt to follow the lead of the Springboks and Argentina, who regularly tap into their overseas talent pools. But let's not forget the new faces. There are 2 uncapped players, Corey Toole and David Feliui, getting their first shot at wearing the Wallabies jersey. This could be their breakout moment, especially in such a high-stakes series against the All Blacks. Schmidt's squad has some consistency, but these fresh players are sure to bring a spark. Meanwhile, All Blacks coach Jason Ryan gave some major respect to the coaching setup of the Wallabies. It's clear there's a lot of mutual respect between the 2 sides, even if the rivalry is fierce. As we gear up for these massive matches, all eyes are on how the Wallabies will handle the All Blacks' ruthless form, especially after their impressive 60-minute performances throughout the Rugby Championship so far. Now, let's dive into the key squad details. The forwards include names like Alan Alalatoa, Angus Bell, and Josh Canham, with a total of 19 players selected. As for the backs, you'll see veterans like Nick White and Andrew Kellaway alongside new talent like David Feliui and Corey Toole. The Wallabies' injury list is still a concern, with 10 players, including Rob Leota and Lachlan Lonergan, missing out. But Australia is determined to push through these obstacles. We know the All Blacks are in top form, but the Wallabies will be banking on home advantage in Sydney for the first test. And if you remember, the last time Australia claimed the Bledisloe Cup was way back in 2002. Could this be their year to finally break that drought? Before we wrap up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates, match highlights, and behind-the-scenes content from the All Blacks. We've got some epic moments coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. So, what do you think? Will Schmidt's decision to stick with his core squad pay off? Or should he have brought in some overseas firepower? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, go All Blacks. Sonny Bill Williams has called for New Zealand Rugby to change its policies. Sonny Bill Williams has called for New Zealand Rugby to change its policies and allow All Blacks boss Scott Robertson to select overseas-based players. The double World Cup winning center says that Robertson should be picking players like Aaron Smith, Richie Mounga, and Shannon Frizzell, who he believes are game changers. The trio are all plying their trade in Japan, having left New Zealand shores after the 2023 Rugby World Cup, with scrum half Smith announcing his retirement from international rugby ahead of his move. But Williams feels that the 35-year-old, who became the first scrum half to play 100 tests for New Zealand, still has plenty to offer the national team. This might be a little controversial, but I don't care, I'll say it, the former center said on Stan Sports between 2 posts. We should be picking those guys, it's that easy. It's not about them, it's about the team, it's about the squad. First and foremost, it's about the cattle, and if we have these players, we have a Shannon Frizzell to pick from, we have Aaron Smith to pick from, they are game changers. If you are a fan of the All Blacks, right, go All Blacks in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It's not just the All Blacks who should be selecting overseas-based players, according to Williams, as he believes the Wallabies should too, with the cross-code star urging trans-Tasman teams to follow the likes of the Springboks and Argentina. Of course, I want to see them all picked, but I want to see brother here, Bernard Foley, being eligible for Australia, Quade Cooper being picked in Australia, he continued. You have got to pick what's best for the squad at the current moment, at the current time. For example, the Wallabies don't have the luxury to say, okay, I want to go with this because this is what we're doing right now. You've got these players currently playing in Japan. Let's bring them back here and help these young players grow. The 39-year-old added that if Robertson were able to select Frizzle, it would help solve the All Blacks back row issue, and explained how Smith's inclusion could benefit New Zealand. The All Blacks, we have got a problem with, say, the back row, put Shannon Frizzle at 6, Artie Savia at 7 and Wallace Satiti at 8, he said. What I'm saying is at that highest level we have some players that have experience in this space that should be playing right here, right now. We have that young guy starting now, Cortez Radama. How good would it be to have Aaron Smith in his presence, day in and day out? Learning from him, we can do that, we can facilitate that. Maybe this is just me being greedy, but I'm saying we have the players right now and we can actually still choose him. Are you telling me Aaron Smith is not a good fit right now? For the first time in the professional era, South Africa have won 4 successive matches against the All Blacks, a fact that Williams is pleased by. The center was part of an All Blacks team that not only won the 2011 and 2015 Rugby World Cups but also dominated internationally during the years in between. This year, New Zealand have not only lost back-to-back matches against South Africa but also fell to a defeat to Argentina in their Rugby Championship opener. Despite the results, Williams was able to see some positives in the All Blacks' performances as they ran the Springboks close in both matches in South Africa. Look what South Africa are doing, players can play anywhere in the world. And we're coming over and we're still thriving, he said. We put so much time and effort into these guys and we are just going to lose them. We've lost 4 to South Africa. I'm not happy because I know what the All Blacks are capable of. Before you go, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay in the loop with all things All Blacks, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Now it's your turn. What do you think about Sonny Bill Williams' suggestion? Should overseas players be eligible for All Blacks selection? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Now let's talk about Coach Scott Robertson. This guy has done it all with the Crusaders, leading them to 7 straight Super Rugby titles. And while he's no stranger to success, can you believe he's never held the Bledisloe Cup as a player? That's wild, right? But now, as the head coach, he's more determined than ever to get his hands on that iconic trophy. In a press conference, Robertson shared how he's been preparing for this big moment. Fun fact, he even found time to hit the waves with rugby league legend Andrew Johns. Can you imagine talking rugby while catching waves with a legend? Robertson's got that chill vibe, but when it comes to the game, he's all business. One of the most exciting parts of this matchup? Robertson going head-to-head with Wallabies coach Joe Schmidt, who's known for his clever strategies and high rugby IQ. Robertson respects Schmidt's ability to pull out unexpected plays, and he knows the Wallabies will come prepared, despite their recent struggles. The Bledisloe Cup brings out the best in both teams, and this year is no exception. We've got an epic battle ahead, folks. The All Blacks are ready to fight. The Wallabies are hungry for redemption, and history is on the line. If you're as pumped as we are, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you're a die-hard All Blacks fan, drop a Go All Blacks in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So what do you think? Are the All Blacks going to bring home the Bledisloe Cup? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more All Blacks action.